In this lesson, we're going to explore the past tense, the negative, and the past negative of Japanese verbs in the polite form. Let's start by reviewing the 7 verbs we've been focusing on so far. Tabemasu, to eat. Nomimasu, to drink. Yomimasu, to read. Kakimasu, to write. Mimasu, to watch. Kikimasu, to listen. And shimasu, to play. You'll notice that they all end in ma-su, and this is the part that gets changed when we put the verb into the past tense. We take off the ma-su and add mashita. And that's as simple as it is. Every single verb changes in the same way, in the polite form. So tabemasu becomes, take off the mas, put on mashita, tabemashita. Nomimasu becomes nomimashita. Yomimasu, to read, yomimashita. Kakimasu, to write, kakimashita. Mimasu, to watch, mimashita. Kikimasu, to listen, kikimashita. And shimasu, to play, shimashita. So now we have the verbs for tabemashita, I ate. Nomimashita, I drank. Yomimashita, I read. Kakimashita, I wrote. Mimashita, I watched. Kikimashita, I listened. Shimashita, I did or I played a sport. Some example sentences might help us fully understand how to use this verb in the sentence structure. For example, we could simply say, ramen, being Japanese noodles, ramen o tabemashita. I ate ramen. Ramen o tabemashita. So if we're talking about yesterday or last week or a time that has passed, we would use tabemashita to say I ate it. Ramen o tabemashita. Ice cream o tabemashita. So if somebody says to you, what did you eat? I ate ice cream. Ice cream o tabemashita. I ate ice cream. Using the same sentence structure of object or verb, but this time the verb is in the past tense. If we saw a traditional Japanese drama on stage, we could say kabuki o mimashita. I watched kabuki. Kabuki o mimashita. Moving on now to the negative of the verbs. Once again, let's review our verbs tabemasu, nomimasu, yomimasu, kakimasu, mimasu, kikimasu, and shimasu. Hopefully this repetition will help you remember them. This time we're going to remove the mas and add the negative ending, which is masen. So tabemasu would become tabemasen. I don't eat. And if you're a vegan, you would say, I don't eat meat. Tabemasen, I don't eat. Nomimasu would become nomimasen, I don't drink. Yomimasu, yomimasen, I don't read. Kakimasu, kakimasen, I don't write. Mimasu, mimasen, I don't watch. Kikimasu, kikimasen, I don't listen. Shimasu, shimasen, I don't play or I don't do something in particular. These verbs with some objects to give us an example of what it looks like in a sentence, for example, would be yakkyu o ません。野球をしません。野球をしません。I do not play baseball. 野球をしません. Another example of a sentence in the negative form would be 新聞 meaning newspaper. 新聞を読みません. I do not read the newspaper. 新聞を読みません. These days, not many people write letters either. 手紙を書きません. I don't write letters. 手紙を書きません. Now we're going to look at the verbs in the past negative to say I did not. This is used a lot in arguments. When you're accused of something and you say, I did not. For example, we'll use the verbs we're used to, 食べます, 飲みます, 読みます, 書きます, 見ます, 聞きます, and します. This time we're going to remove the mas and add ませんでした. ません being the negative section, and we're adding でした, which gives us the past tense. ませんでした. So 食べます to eat would become 食べませんでした. I did not eat. 食べませんでした. 飲みます to drink would become 飲みませんでした. I did not drink. 飲みませんでした. I did not read would be 読みませんでした. 読みませんでした. I did not write 書きませんでした. 書きませんでした. I did not watch 見ませんでした. 見ませんでした. I did not listen 聞きませんでした. 聞きませんでした. And I did not play しませんでした. しませんでした. Once again, using our object を and verb structure, we could say, for example, I did not eat the cake. ケーキを食べませんでした. I did not eat the cake. ケーキを食べませんでした. Using the negative and the past tense together. We could also say 手紙を書きませんでした. I did not write a letter. 手紙を書きませんでした. I did not write the letter. 納豆を食べませんでした. I did not eat the 納豆. 納豆 being fermented beans. It is very different, but very, very healthy. 納豆を食べませんでした. I did not eat the 納豆. So, in summary, Japanese verbs in the polite form, we have the mas on the end of every single verb in the Japanese language when it is in the polite form. We remove the mas and add mashita for past tense. 食べます, 食べました. We add masen for the negative. 食べます, 食べません. And we add masen deshita for the past negative. 食べます, 食べませんでした. Remembering mashita means I did it. It happened in the past. Masen, I don't do it. Masen deshita, I did not. Practice the verbs that we've used and see if you can change them into the past and the negative and the past negative. And look at the sentences and make up some of your own sentences with the Japanese words you may be picking up